The Georgian style is almost 300 years old, yet we're still drawn to its symmetry and its grandeur. Hi, I'm Scott Morgan. Welcome to Dream Builders. Sited perfectly on its lot with authentic touches throughout, today we'll study this modern Georgian and the ideas that inspired it. Later in the show, the exact geometry of an industrial home in Colorado and living among the boulders in Arizona. But we'll begin here in Northern Virginia with a home appropriately called Tall Oaks. A visit to Tall Oaks is like a trip back in time, which is exactly what Arun and Cathie Batavia hoped their architect would create for them.
One of the things that we wanted David to be able to do, if he could, was to design a house so it looked as if the house had been here for years and years and years.
It was a clubhouse.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Architect David Jones made sure his design had all the right Georgian elements.
It's all right
Master
there.
suite.
From the classic symmetrical layout of the main building, to the red brick with white trim, to the hipped roof with gables and slate tiles.
I don't like to do a house that was called a Georgian house but doesn't really have the authenticity that's necessary for a traditional style house.
Cathie and Arun got the idea for the house from one they'd seen in Northern California. The house, called Filoli, was designed by architect Willis Polk in the early part of the 20th century.
We really love just the whole front porch, the whole look of it, the warmth of the brick, but particularly the front porch.
The builders took great care in making Tall Oaks look generations older than it really is. Builder Abe Sari was the project manager.
The brickwork had to be done in a very precise manner. We were trying not to have any cut bricks, half bricks.
But the builders were not afraid of relying on modern construction materials when needed. Steel was used in many places to carry the weight of the bricks, as well as the slate roof. The framing was another challenge.
There was 2 layers of framing that had to be done, one for exterior purposes and one to establish a symmetry and a few other details on the inside of the house.
Many of the French casement windows found throughout the house are custom made, including the hardware. Abe, the windows are interesting because the screens are on the inside and open in. Why is that?
Well, we were trying to avoid the casement window cranks. That's why we have in-swing screens so that we could open up the windows easily.
And that was important because they have a softer line than double hungs?
That is correct.
While the general Georgian style is often austere in its long, straight lines, there's some special touches that add warmth to Tall Oaks. The foyer in the main building is unusual because it has a hidden skylight and doesn't lead to a traditional central staircase.
We did not want to see stairs, but to kind of get an extended visual all the way through to the drawing room, which is our pivotal room in the house, out into the garden.
When the architect learned the drawing room would include a piano, he incorporated a musical theme into the design.
You try to give meaning to a house. You try to individualize a house.
Other formal rooms include the dining room with its period furnishings, and the library, carefully paneled in antique pine.
I personally like the library a lot. When I want to spend a few quiet moments, this is where I come.
Tucked behind the main structure is an informal wing, which includes more of the day-to-day living spaces.
Each room has a very special function to it, and it serves that function very well.
The brick and stone conservatory offers a tranquil retreat filled with plants and a water fountain, as well as windows on both sides to view the gardens.
So it's truly like being outside in your garden, but you're inside.
The interior of the family room is a total break with the Georgian styling of the house. From the post and beam ceiling to the open on all 4 sides fireplace, the room is more reminiscent of a Western ski lodge. But installing the fireplace was one of the biggest challenges of the construction project.
Finally, after many hours of research, we found somebody that did all the engineering, and we actually custom manufactured all the flues.
This fireplace, especially when it's lit up, gives this visual warmth that you can literally share from the kitchen all the way through the conservatory.
The kitchen presented a decorating challenge. A massive hood over the cooktop looked out of place amid the delicate floral mosaics on the walls and floors. To soften its appearance, metalworkers copied elements from the light fixtures over the breakfast bar and table.
They came and we actually watched them sit up and weld and put these leaves, winding them around the hood so that it just kind of pulled all these features in together.
This attention to detail can be found throughout the house. Different thicknesses of slate were used on the roof to give it more texture. Stone elements were darkened to give them a weathered appearance. Arun and Cathie see the construction of tall oaks as a once-in-a-lifetime achievement, one that blends their lifestyle with grace and elegance.
A sense of pride, a sense of accomplishment, and a sense of looking at beauty. Certainly, this home is all of that.